What is up, guys? In today's video, we'll be talking about severe weather, a extremely dangerous flash flooding setup, and an increase in the tropics. Let's get right into this video. Alright, the first thing we're going to be talking about in today's video is a slight risk of severe storms that we do have an effect ranging all the way from Colorado all the way up to Wisconsin, including Iowa, Illinois, northern Missouri, portions of central Kansas, and Colorado areas. Now, the risk of severe weather over here in the Midwestern areas will occur basically in the overnight hours. And then the risk of severe weather across portions of Colorado and Kansas areas will occur in the late afternoon to evening hours, where hail is the main threat in Colorado and Kansas, while damaging winds and isolated tornadoes is the main threat across the storms in Iowa, Missouri, Nebraska, and Wisconsin areas. Now, if we look at the timing of these storms, the morning convection across portions of Iowa, Missouri, Wisconsin, and Minnesota areas is really staying across these areas later into the afternoon hours and will not leave until basically the afternoon hours. So we will not see an opening for thunderstorms to develop until the late evening hours, as we won't see thunderstorms start to develop until around 7 p.m. in some spots across Wisconsin, where we could see some severe thunderstorms develop over there around 8 to 9 p.m., and then a cluster of severe thunderstorms forming through the overnight hours across portions of Iowa, Kansas, Missouri, and the Nebraska regions, which could pose a threat for damaging winds, isolated hail, and a tornado or two possible, so be ready for that. And then the storms across portions of Colorado and Kansas areas will be just mainly hailers as they develop around 6 or 7 p.m. in the late afternoon to early evening hours, and pose a risk for hail and an isolated tornado with that too, so stay safe. Now, the main thing we are talking about here is this really dangerous flash flooding risk that we do have across Iowa, Wisconsin, and the northern Missouri and portions of northern Illinois regions, which is going to be really dangerous as a moderate risk 3 out of 4, which means a 40 to 70% chance of flash flooding is in effect in those red regions. And this is going to continue from day 1 all the way to day 2, continuing from today and tomorrow with constant training of thunderstorms across Kansas City, Topeka, Des Moines, Madison, Cedar Rapids, Davenport, and Dubuque, and Waterloo, and this is over the same areas over and over again, even continuing into day 3, where a slight risk of flash flooding is in effect for Kansas City, Columbia, Davenport, and Chicago and Milwaukee areas, which is why you need to be really weather aware for dangerous flash flooding in these areas. If we take a look at why we're going to be seeing such dangerous flash flooding over the next 2 days or so, is because if we look at the models right here, where you have constant training of thunderstorms develop in the overnight hours tonight into the morning hours on Sunday, and this is going to be constant development of thunderstorms over multiple days, causing very heavy rainfall in multiple areas. If we look at the National Weather models, it's showing an absolute absurd amount of rain, with the first band of rain coming in over the overnight hours tonight, dropping 1 to 3, maybe even 4 inches of rain in some spots over Wisconsin, Iowa, Illinois, and Missouri areas, with the bullseye being in these regions right here. And then if we look at the National Weather models on the overnight hours through Sunday into Monday, we're going to be seeing a ton of rain. It's going to be over the same areas, so it's going to stack up a ton of rain in these areas. This is the National Weather models. They tend to be more conservative, and if they're showing that huge area of red, which means 2 to 4, 5, maybe even 6 inches of rain in some spots, that shows that we're going to be seeing a significant flash flooding event. And even the Weather Prediction Center is predicting up to 7 inches of rain in some spots over northern Missouri, portions of southern Iowa, Wisconsin, and portions of northern Illinois regions from today, tomorrow, on Saturday, Sunday, and into Monday here. This is a really dangerous flash flooding event. Really be weather aware, and remember, turn around, don't drown when encountering flooded roads, and always get to higher ground. Now, if you look at the tropics are ramping up a lot. And even though these systems up here never really developed, like this tropical disturbance right here, we have a newly designated tropical disturbance, which is actually called 97L, which is an invest, which they're now looking at, which is a 40% chance of tropical development over the next 7 days with this tropical disturbance, as it is currently right here across borders of Africa, as it could definitely become a tropical system. If we take a look at the ensembles, which is basically the tracks of 97L, which is these spaghetti tracks, which we look at here, the system is currently over Africa in the main development region. But this is the first look at this, guys. This was just designated, so this track will shift a lot once we get closer, but it's definitely eyeing pretty close to the U.S. Now, the model is currently showing that it heads out to sea which would be good, but they're definitely hinting, if we look at these spaghetti plots, that it's going to get pretty low down here, 960, 970 millibar. Be pretty strong hurricane that could definitely be probable. Now, we really don't know the details yet. It could move out to sea or it could impact the US. So this is really uncertain, but we should definitely be weather aware in the future, as this could definitely be a big time threat in the future. Whether it is a fish storm, it doesn't impact anyone, or it impacts the US, we should definitely be prepared and have a plan just in case whatever does occur, because no matter what, if you look at the intensity guidance, this thing is going to be a big time tropical system that could reach maybe even category 3 intensity in the future, but we will get more details in the future, as this is still far out and plenty of things will change. All right, now the last thing I'm going to be talking about in today's video is the temperatures across the US, but we're going to be seeing back to this big time summer heat here with the 6 to 10 day temperature outlook, seeing basically the entire central and eastern and southern US seeing way above average temperatures across these regions. So it's going to definitely feel like summer out there, 90-degree highs across a lot of these regions. And the only area that's going to be seeing below average temperatures is across the west coast from Washington all the way down to California, where they will be seeing some relief, which they're already seeing a lot of relief, as it's been some of the coldest temperatures on record, the coldest summer on record, actually, in portions of the California coast near San Francisco. And in the 8 to 14 day outlook, it continues with these above average temperatures across portions of the US as we get into the start of August here. I hope everybody did enjoy this video. We are going to be seeing one day of severe weather today, then it will definitely calm down as we get into those regions. But the main thing is that dangerous flash flooding risk across portions of the Midwestern US and Missouri, Iowa, Wisconsin, and Illinois areas for 2 days straight, today, Saturday, and Sunday. So definitely be really prepared for that, and the tropics that are waking up as we watch that tropical disturbance 97L that could cause some impacts in the future. And the temperatures really heating up across the central US. Hope you guys like this video. Make sure to like and subscribe to my channel, and bye everybody.